Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get all the updates. Released for today's video, it's, well, for a lot of reasons. My man Chez sent it to me. Thank you so much, Chez. I really appreciate it. He's a former student of mine, which is really rad. He's old enough to drink. No judgment there. He sent me off two from this brewery, and I already reviewed one, and then this one, because it's a quad, I let sit for a little bit. Two, I'm excited because it's a quad, and I haven't had one in a while, which leads to number three reason why I'm excited for this. It's Tuesday. On Tuesdays, I try to test my palate. Quads are definitely in my wheelhouse. I just haven't had a lot lately. Like, I don't remember the last time I had a quad, which is really sad and lame because I love the style. So definitely kind of fits that motif, which is cool. And four is a brewery I love that's from my hometown area. It's Farmhouse Brewing, and they're in basically where my dad lives, which is cool. So, like, you know, I've been there many times when I lived in that area, and sometimes with my family, sometimes with friends. I did a podcast with Matt from Massive Beer Review with Marty, the owner. So yeah, definitely love this brewery, and really cool to, I don't get to try their stuff very often anymore because I have to drive down there to get it. So yeah, this is really rad. So I really appreciate it. Like I said, it's a quad. It's a Belgian style quadruple ale. I don't see the ABV. Usually they're around 10%. I bet if I looked it up online, I could have found it. But yeah, I'm gonna guess around 10%. It's called 1,000 Pound So, and it's got a big old pig on the front. I'm using my Oma Gang Three Philosophers glass, one of my favorite quads. Probably the first quad I ever had. I don't remember for sure, but I'm gonna guess it was. It's got that nice dark color that I want. Very liquid bread, like, yeah, almost looks like actually it looks very much like cola. That beautiful brown in the middle where it's thicker, and then the outside red, crimson. You get a little bit of a nice, beautiful, like, yellow color. In some ways, it's cola, like a light cola color. That is a beautiful looking beer. I don't know if the camera's pulling it up. Lovely level of carbonation. Just under a finger of darker khaki head, tiny bubbles. I mean, that looks apart. Sometimes you might get a quad that's lighter or darker than this, but like caramel, man, that's just, I'm geeking out over this. That looks beautiful. Let's get into the aroma. It smells good. I'm kind of glad I mentioned, like, liquid bread. It kind of smells like liquid bread. There's a nice sweetness to it. It's more molasses than caramel, but I do get some caramel in it. It smells bigger. It's not cherries, but, like, that's the closest thing. And you can kind of see why someone like an Oma Gang would put some cherry in their Three Philosophers, because, like, that would go very nicely with a base quad. So again, it's not full on cherry I'm getting, but it's like it's close and kind of making me want cherries, which is kind of a cool sensation. Almost like, actually, speaking of, like, things to add, or I don't know if this has any spices in it, but you could see how, like, some anise, black licorice would be nice because you're getting, like, a note of it. But again, it's like such a tease of a note. Some plum. I mean, I'm biased. And again, I try to keep it no hype, and this is hyped in my mind. It's a brewery I like. It's a style I like. A guy I like said it to me. Like, this is definitely a hype thing in my mind. But that being said, based on the aroma and the look of this, like, I am really excited for the taste. I think this is going to be a special beer. Only one way to find out. Cheers. That is nice. You do get some of that cherry, in the taste. It actually, I mentioned it in the look, which is kind of interesting. You do get a little bit of like a cherry cola thing. The finish is that liquid bread that you want in this style. I mean, as it sits my palate longer, it's like I ate bread. I mean, it's like that intense That is cool. And like nice, hard, crusty, hearty, bread. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. I got more molasses in the aroma that I'm gonna taste. There's a nice. It's super quick. Like orange peel thing, like candied orange peel. It's very quick though, but it's kind of like this cool little tick, and then it goes away. And again, that carbonation, it's not full on prickly on the tongue, but it's there a little bit, which again like kind of helps these flavors pop. It's a cool, delicious beer. I love that smell. And you do get that plum juice thing. When I drink a quad, it's not okay. How to phrase this? I like it when a quad has a plum taste. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. The thing I was kind of getting hung up on is, but I also like don't hold it against a quad if it doesn't have plum. Like I've had quads that I thought were delicious that I didn't get that plumminess. So I'm glad I am getting the plumminess because that's kind of where my mind goes for flavors I want. I'm super curious what the ABV is. I'm wondering if it's a hair lower than I was thinking at that 10%, because I don't get any alcohol in this. If I was doing this blind, I'd probably guess like 8.5, maybe 9. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up and see if I can find it afterwards. If I remember, I'll put it in the description box below. But yeah, I like this. It's excuse me. But other than like getting it from a Belgian, brewery that's been doing it for a while, like in terms of like an American brewery making this style, this is really good. There's a sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. I like it both ways. This could certainly be a sweeter beer for me, but it's fine. Oh, a nice red wine. That was cool. There's a lot going on in this beer. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that I'm liking this one a lot. It's cool too. Like I said, like on Tuesdays, I try to test my palate, and although a style that I love and I've had a lot of, not recently, this is getting me out of my own headspace for a lot of the reviews, the kinds of beers I've been reviewing, and I'm definitely getting some flavors that are different than I've been getting, and some flavors that are similar. Like I'm using the same descriptors, but I mean it in a completely different way. Like that quick orange peel thing, completely different than what I might get like in an IPA, right? But like it's there. That red wine thing I've got in other things, but not like this. But it's so much specifically that thing in these different beers I've used that as a descriptor in. Yeah, this is hitting on all cylinders for me. And it's local to where I grew up. How cool is that? Thanks again, Chez, for sending it, man. This is awesome, and I don't think I've ever had this from them before. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.